This is what we were wearing last time, I'm pretty sure. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry if the traffic's loud. We have to have the windows open to survive.
It's hot.
Welcome back to Mama and Lala. Guess which one I am. So last time we went to the library and you borrowed 27 books. We need an update on what you read and if you liked them.
First one was
Roll it back.
everyone.
Oh, right. Okay. Anyone.
Everyone.
Anyone.
Anyone? It was really good.
Oh, good.
Really good.
Like just good for like the twist and the mind-blowing part, or like good the whole time? Because like sometimes I read a book and it's like because the twist ending really worked, I'm like, I love that book.
I don't know if I would call it a twist ending.
Oh, okay.
There was things to figure out and secrets and mysteries and stuff for sure.
Okay, great.
But then the ending was like, yes. Like it was
Like satisfying?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I loved
Wow.
the decision she made.
Okay. I never considered reading it, but
the mayhem that would ensue with what she did at the end, like, wow.
okay.
Wow.
Interesting. So you recommend that to the people?
Yes. Yes, I
Great.
really, really, really liked it.
Hell yeah.
Then I read Cyber Mage.
Okay.
That was a time. The main character was like, in real life, not a nice boy. Some odd ideas, just a weird person.
Okay.
But on the internet, he was the cyber mage. Like he was like maybe he was a savant or something. He was like the king of the hackers kind of thing. We had a wild AI. Like nobody knows where it came from. We had a sentient airport.
Wait, that's
We had djinn, like genies. We had a golem, people cutting people's heads off, but keeping the heads alive and making them answer questions. It was a time.
It sounds creative.
Yeah.
It sounds ambitious.
I have not read anything like it.
Okay.
I didn't hate it. It was like, wow, okay. I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
after that, Once and Future Witches.
Oh, you finished that?
I did. I just finished it. It was fine. It was good.
Okay.
It was all right. The other two,
I don't know what they were.
I'm going to return them to the library. One was the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo sequel.
Oh, yeah, right.
Bookie. I just...
I had a feeling you didn't need to commit to that one.
yeah.
It was just like one that you see and you're like, I might as well try it out.
Yeah. And then there was the paperback. I can't remember what it was called. I read like the first chapter. I'm like,
Oh, was it Kiki something?
I don't even... Oh, you know
Coco?
what? I have it. Coco Takes a Holiday.
Right. And that's how far you got into it?
That's how far I got.
26 pages. Was not for you?
It was not for me.
All right.
It was... Thank you. It was everything... Oh, speaking of bookmarks. I got some for you.
Oh, okay.
Everything I didn't like about John Dies in the End. It was all action, no plot.
Right.
Just, I didn't understand why they were so...
But now I'm worried because I was thinking today you might want to buy Dungeon Crawler Carl, but that is also all action. Hey, a happy face. My mom makes bookmarks. Here's a promo if you want it. If you want this one.
No, I read the synopsis for...
Dungeon Crawler Carl?
Yes, and it sounded good.
Okay. I figured that's what we were after today. I, from the library, read the book of... The book? Don't know what it's called. Mark Lawrence is the author. The book?
What was it about?
It was about that big library, and you can like go into books, into like different worlds and stuff.
Okay, yeah, I remember you
The book that
talking
wouldn't
about it.
burn. I read that. I gave
Okay.
it 3.75 stars, to be very specific.
All right.
I thought it was fine. And that's the only one I got from the library that I absolutely committed to in that video. This time, the Buzzword Reading Challenge, I was looking at the list of things the other day and I was seeing what you have fulfilled because you've read a whole bunch of books.
Yeah.
And maybe you've hit a lot. So you've actually hit like half of the prompts.
Have I?
Yeah.
Cool.
So claps for you.
Yay.
The prompts this time are a title with the word with. Oh, I thought she was just hanging out with us. It's okay.
With?
The word with. It can be without, within, with. I already have some ideas for that.
Okay.
The one that I don't have is the cover challenge, which is transportation on the cover.
Oh.
Which I think is going to be a challenge because I don't like a road trip story. So I don't know how else I'm going to find something, but it could be anything. Like it could be a hot air balloon. It could be a bicycle. It could be a broomstick.
It could
if you're
be
a
a
witch.
pair of shoes.
You know, I feel like a vehicle is probably what is most reasonable for me to complete my own challenge properly. But I really do need to look for that today.
Okay.
Like, I don't have any idea.
Oh, okay.
Like, we're hunting that down.
Okay.
A Golden Girls cozy mystery. Maybe I do need a cozy mystery. Maybe that's the vibe.
It really is the Golden Girls.
Did you watch that?
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen it. Oh, I actually just bought this one. I don't see any transportation. I mean, the frogs are hopping.
It's action. It's not transportation.
Okay. Maybe that's a prompt for next year. Action. Actually, that's a good idea.
There you go.
Like something moving.
My ex, the Antichrist. Wow.
Here's a road. It's a train.
Oh, jeez.
What? Oh my god, that's so rude.
Point that thing at me.
This kind of implies
go.
travel. The dead of
Who do you
winter.
trust when everyone's guilty?
Oh dear. Oh, that's cute. This is a series. A bookmobile? Now that's a good bit of transportation. Oh, it says first in the series. I mean, that is transportation. Is this a train?
Let me see. I believe it is.
I've read from this author. Oh my god, roller skates? Wait, that's fun.
We did our shopping. Do you want to show them your book?
My book. Dungeon Crawler.
I bet that fits for some kind of one of the buzzword prompts. Wait, that's an eyeball. There was an eyeball prompt, remember?
Yes.
Do you know what it's about? Or you're just vibing?
Vaguely, he ends up somehow, I don't know how he gets there, but he's in a game show that aliens are watching.
Right.
Yep.
I read the beginning of it. Everyone tells me to read it. I DNF'd it. It's not
Did you?
my style.
Okay.
Just like the actual writing style itself.
Right.
But I think it'll be super fun for you. And if you like it, that's like 20 books or something.
Right?
I think that's a huge win. I got Five Found Dead, which is about, I think it's a sister and brother, maybe? Yeah, they're twins, and they get on a train, and people are dying, and they have to solve it, but they're like amateur sleuths, not actual detectives. And
Because you don't like a detective.
I don't typically like a detective. Like, there's been a couple times I've liked it, but not typically. And then, okay, these two, she also grabbed from the bargain section.
Yeah.
This one is The Library at Mount Char. It was on the list of, like,
Yes.
mind-melding things.
Brain breaking.
Right. I didn't love this one, but again, we don't have the same taste.
We do not.
And then you picked The Curator.
It's Christmas and a serial killer is leaving displayed body parts all over Cumbria. A strange message is left at each scene. So it's a mystery. Yeah. Gloriously dark and twisted. We like dark and twisted.
We do? Okay. And then, okay, I got 3 books from the library for you.
Did you?
But you don't have to read them. Like, there's no pressure.
Okay.
It's just like, I saw them.
Okay.
Okay, so I got The Tainted Cup because this was also on your list.
Yes, I wanted to read that.
And I'm reading it in the next month.
Are you?
So this could be our next buddy read.
Okay.
But I'm not reading it for like a month.
Yeah.
So you have plenty of time for that.
Okay. Good.
Okay, and then I got you this one because you saw the sequel to it at the library when we were there, and this is the first book, Discount Armageddon by Shauna McGuire. It's encrypted.
Okay.
So I thought maybe you could try this out. If you don't like it, just return it.
Okay.
And then the people had a lot of opinions about your taste in books, and
Did
they were
they?
recommending things.
Oh.
And a lot of people were saying Kings of Wild. Have you heard of this?
Never heard of it.
Okay. So people were mentioning this and said it seemed to fit with your tastes.
Okay.
So those are a couple things that I grabbed, but there's no pressure.
Oh, good. Because my life is it's a circus right now.
I think Dungeon Crawler Carl, I can't wait to hear what you think of it.
Yes, I think that's going to be the
First,
that'll be the first
only.
one I read.
Do you want to take my bag?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I figured out my title prompt, but I have to figure out I figured out the cover prompt. I need to figure out the title prompt. And I do a little post on Instagram at the beginning of every month with ideas. And when I was looking for ideas for width, I came up with very little that I physically owned on my own TBR or my own read list. But last month I grabbed one called What is Wrong with You for punctuation. And that actually has the word with in it. So that is an option. And then a couple that I came up with are Hell Followed With Us and Conversations with Friends and The Girl with the Louding Voice. Those were things that popped up when I searched with on Goodreads. That's not really inspiring me. So I went on a bigger deep dive. I also have a storygraph, where all these prompts are listed, and everybody, all of you, have put in the books that you're maybe reading or you're thinking about for the challenge. So I got some ideas from there. I have some romance options like Anywhere with You, Winging It with You, Friends with Benefits, Brood with Love, Flirting with Disaster. I had quite a few people say Flirting with Disaster, so I might give that a go. Birding with Benefits, With Love from Cold World. Like, there are actually a lot of different ideas. Demon with Benefits. I don't feel like that's the right answer. Never Vacation with Your Ex. That kind of looks cute. I don't think I'm in the mood for romance. Like, I've read so much romance and romantasy lately that I actually think I'm most in need of something intelligent, something that is going to add knowledge to my life. A couple other ideas though. There's With Teeth. What else? Boys with Sharp Teeth. If this wasn't YA, I'd absolutely be reading this, but I just feel like it might be disappointing. The Prince Without Sorrow, I think, is a really pretty cover. Oh, also I could read A Room with a View. That's a classic. There's also Be With. I saw that pop up. My Life with the Walter Boys. I could read that. I probably shouldn't. The Girl with Stars in Her Eyes. I think that's all I have, except for this one nonfiction I found called I Contain Multitudes. It says the microbes within us and a grander view of life. I feel like maybe that is actually my best idea. It's probably not the most interesting for you to hear about. And this weekend, I'm reading a book all about the plague. It's not for this vlog. It's actually not for any vlog. It's just kind of for me, but will help another vlog. And if I read about illness, and then I also pair it with a nonfiction about, you know, stuff happening within our bodies, I think maybe that'll make me feel better about reading about sickness for 1,200 pages. I'm not going to see you for a couple days though. I have other things going on, and I'll pop back in when I know what's happening.
Well, I guess I'll kick off the reading portion of the vlog here. This weekend, we're headed up to a cabin on the lake for like a fishing weekend, and I'm bringing The Stand with me by Stephen King. So that's what I'll be mainly focused on, but I'm not like vlogging that or anything. I'm just like, I need to read it over the next 3 days, and I think it's gonna take me like 5 hours a day. So in the little bit of time that I have when I want to reprieve from reading that, I think I'm gonna listen to the audiobook of I Contain Multitudes. That's what I brought with me. So I don't know like how much I'll really be filming, but like I brought my camera. I'm gonna show you if they catch a fish or not, because as of yet we have caught no fish, but we don't fish a lot. And also I've told you before, I don't want to catch a fish. That's not on my bucket list. But the boys, we're there for 3 days, for 3 nights, and I only brought dinner for 2 nights, and we're an hour away from civilization. So like there's no, oh, let's just DoorDash dinner or figure something else out. They have to catch a fish for us to eat for one of those dinners. So I'm gonna let you know if they do indeed catch a fish. And if I happen to read while we're there, then you'll hear about it.
Okay, our stuff is like all over the place, so it probably already looks a little messy. The floors are very creaky, but let me show you how beautiful it is in here. There's this big dining table, and then there's a little kitchen, and through there is 2 different bedrooms, and then downstairs is a whole area with a foosball table, and then right here is the deck. We have a dock right here, and then there's a fire pit, and the boys are out here somewhere trying to catch dinner. Can you see them? Hey, zoom. There's this really nice sized deck. Wish this was a hot tub up here or down below. And then upstairs, there's a loft that apparently the boys are both gonna sleep in together, and they're gonna leave me to one of the rooms down here. I think because they want to watch movies and stuff. So look up here. There's like so many beds. We could all just sleep up here. But they have a VCR and all of these movies. Oh my God. And books. Did you see the books? It's so creaky. Like it always sounds like there's someone else in here. Okay, let's see what we've got. Typical, you know, little free library things. We've got a VC Andrews. I'm red because the curtains are red. Okay, things to do when you turn 60. Maybe I'll come back. Oh, a Leaf Shafak. I could read this. An Archie comic. I'm taking that downstairs. Bert and Grossenheider's Field Guide to Mammals. Oh, wow. Oh, we've also got Outlander. And then down here, you know, some more goodies. Oh my gosh, look at the view from up here. You can see the lake so nicely through these windows. And then this bedroom, which I already lied on to see which bed was comfier. And it is, in fact, this one. So this is where I'll be. I did bring my own fan. This place is nicer than I expected. Hello, hello. I'm updating you days later. I've been going through it. I can't put myself together for this clip, but I have been reading a book and I want to tell you about it. So I figured I should just turn on the camera, even though I can't be bothered. I cannot find the will, the strength to like change my shirt or brush my hair. First, okay, we got home from our trip and Liam did catch fish. So shout out to him. They weren't big enough for us to keep. They had to be like 12 inches. So we didn't actually get to eat any fish on the trip. Right after that, I fell off my bed backwards into the wall, which is like only 2 feet away from the wall. So like I hit the wall, the back of my neck, upper back, and I've been in excruciating pain for like 2 days. But yesterday I went to the physiotherapist. Just getting there was a lot, and driving, trying to shoulder check, like I can barely turn my head, and I'm trying so hard because I like pulled all of my, like hyperextended, I guess, pulled all of my muscles in my neck. And when I was there, they were still actively spasming, so he couldn't do a lot. He was like trying to bring blood to the area or whatever, and gave me all of these stretches to do. And I'm trying to not just like be so stiff and walk around like this, because then I'm going to overcompensate and a different part of my body's going to start to hurt because I've been there before, or you know, like it doesn't help to not move. So I went and walked around the grocery store, and I was just trying to like, I'm trying to keep it moving, but it's so hard. It hurts so bad. As soon as I went to the physiotherapist, he was like, go get one of those, because I have a heating pad, but you don't care. Do you care? Maybe you do. It's like a skinny one, and so it doesn't actually add any pressure, so I have to be lying on it for it to do anything. And like I can't lie on my back. I haven't slept in like 2 days. I did sleep a little bit last night because Rob made me take some muscle relaxers, so that lasted a couple hours. But then he was like, get one of the rice ones that you heat up. And I always had friends who had these like beanbag ones growing up, and I never had one. And he was telling me like how to like lean against something and put it on my back, but it needed to be heavier. So I went next door to the pharmacy, and like I literally walked in, and I was so I'm delirious from the pain. Like I'm in so much pain. And I walked in, and there was just like a lady standing at the front of the store right when I walked in. She was like, can I help you with anything? And I was like, yeah, where's your heating? I was trying to say heating bag, heating pack. I don't know what I was, and I was like, the hot things. And she was like, okay. She brought me over to the heating pad section, a full wall of all these different heating pads. And she just like, I didn't say a word. And she grabbed the most beautiful pink fuzzy rice bag and just she was like, is this one good? And I was like, that's literally, I could cry. There was like this in black, it was in green, and she just handed me the perfect, like, this is my favorite color, this dusty pink. And I was like, that's exactly what I needed. Thank you so much. Like, how did you know? She was my angel. So then I've been using this, and it feels so good, but it's not helping. Nothing's changed. But I have another appointment. I'm trying to stretch. I have another appointment next week with him, and he said once it stops actually spasming, he can like do something deeper. But anyway, I grabbed the audiobook of I Contain Multitudes at the cabin. I did read the book that I intended to. I finished it. And then I read maybe like 30 pages of this physically, and I just didn't like pull out the camera. And then since I've gotten home and since I hurt myself, I picked this back up, and I've gotten, I think, halfway through, and I really like this book. So it's called I Contain Multitudes, The Microbes Within Us and a Grander View of Life by Ed Yong. And it's about microbes, bacteria. It was talking about a bunch of things. Like, if you, like me, haven't thought about the mitochondria being the powerhouse of the cell, like in 10 years, this was a really interesting introduction where I was talking about like why we contain mitochondria, like what that even kind of means. And it's talking about all of these things about gut bacteria and how it can affect like different disorders that we have. And it was talking about the section that I've read, testing on like mice and how like our minds can control our gut, but our gut also controls our minds, and how different things happening in our bodies can affect other things. Oh, also, of course, because I'm me, I don't know if you can see there's like a rash all over me because, of course, I didn't think about the fact that he would use like an oil all over my back. And of course, I'm going to be allergic to it because I developed a skin sensitivity in my 30s, and anything I put on my body causes a rash. So that was yesterday, and I really do need to shower. I feel like it'll feel good, but I can't lift my arms above my head like to wash my own hair, but I know if I get in the shower I'm gonna have to wash it. There was talking about like how drinking lots of alcohol leads to the gut being leakier and allowing for microbes to be like more readily influencing the brain. So like people who are drinking a lot might often have depression and anxiety, and perhaps this is a cause of that. It's like introducing all of these ideas not as fact but as concepts, and like all of these studies they've done with animals and stuff, and how maybe we're learning more about the human body. When people do gastric bypass, a lot of the weight loss obviously comes from the shrinking of the stomach and everything that happens, but also because it's like restructuring your gut biome and introducing different things, which is so interesting. Anyway, I just noticed there are pictures in here, which is fun. He's talking about like the microbes in like rats, which makes sense that you could study that, but he's even talking about the microbes seen in like lice and mosquitoes. And I'm like, we're studying that? Like, we know things about that? Anyway, I'm going to lie back down with this. We should name her. I think she needs a name. She's very warm and cozy. And I'm just going to listen to my audiobook, and I will check in with you at the end of the day about my final rating. I'm learning things, and overall, I just think it's so interesting. Hey, I'm going to update you on this, and then I'm going to go take a hot shower and see if that hot look I can move my neck. I've been doing my stretches. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. I'm going to give this 4 stars. I don't think it was the most engaging for a nonfiction. And you may be thinking it's not really like trying to be, but believe me, some of the most uninteresting sounding topics can be made extremely interesting if the author, has a certain style. I learned some things for sure. It was generally interesting. Didn't really want to learn about fecal matter transplants. People take their fecal matter and put it into other people who are lacking in certain things. And I feel like I've heard of that before. But yeah, it was an interesting thing to be talking about in here. It was talking a lot more about animals than humans, which I wasn't really expecting. I don't think it's anything that is going to affect me in my personal life, but it was still like a good thing for me to read. I feel like I've stimulated my brain, and I really did need that after all of the silly, goofy things that I've been reading. So maybe it's a good thing it wasn't the most engaging, relatively dry, because it was just giving me the information. It was like being back in school. All right, hello, good morning. Look, I put myself together. I have more range of movement today. I'm at like a 3.5 in pain instead of like a 6 that I was. I went shopping. I went to HomeSense and I got this, which you all convinced me I needed. I don't know if I'm actually going to use it as decor, like on my couch regularly, but I did figure I needed to do like some book stacks of like the books that we're reading for the book club, and this would be perfect, literally dead. And then I got this one, which I'm kind of obsessed with. Oh, don't mind this, by the way. This will make sense in my next vlog. But this is so much more like casual of a fall pillow. And I thought this would be a good vibe because usually my couch is like orange, red, yellow every single fall, and this is gonna make it a little more muted, but I'm still gonna pull out my other cushions. I also got my aardvark box, so I thought I would show you that. I have forgotten which books I ordered. Yeah. Wait, well, I don't know. I was like, I mean, maybe I remember one of them. No. If I think hard enough. Oh, yeah. The new Samantha Downing. Oh, and the Once and Future Me. This was one I was going to buy on my own anyway. I love Samantha Downing. I know she's, not a huge hit for everyone. Pretty. It feels so good. And then this one, I let them convince me of, basically. Like, it was vaguely on my radar, and then I saw them pick it, and I was like, well, it must probably be good. And then I read the pitch again, and I was like, yeah, that could be for me. Bright yellow. Do I remember what it's about? A woman wakes on a patient transport bus arriving at a psychiatric hospital. She remembers nothing of her life before that moment. She has visions of this dystopian future, and the doctors are trying to talk her out of it, and they're like, you're just schizophrenic. And a man comes and visits her, and she remembers him. He's from her visions, and now she's caught between two realities. This one is about an older woman who used to kill a bunch of people, and now someone is confronting her about those murders, or like being like falsely accused, but she's like, I really did do it. And now she might have to kill that person who's interrogating her. What I'm actually reading, I have gotten halfway through Five Found Dead by Solari Gentle, and I'm really liking it. I've been putting off this TikTok. I always make a TikTok when I read the Literally Dead Book Club book of the month. I'm about to read Julie Chan is Dead in a couple days, and I still haven't posted a TikTok or an Instagram reel about What Vengeance, which is the train one that Riley Sager wrote, that we read last month. I always do like this recommendation video where I'm like, if you liked this, here's 13 other books to read. And now that I'm reading this, I'm like, I need to finish this so I can properly recommend it, because I think I will in that TikTok. So I'm going to film that maybe today when I'm done it, if the sun is still out. The boys are out doing some back to school shopping. I don't know how, well, I do know how this happened. I always assume, because it always has, like school has always started in Canada the day after Labor Day. And for Liam's entire schooling, the last like 10 years, that has always been the second week, because Labor Day is always the first, am I wrong? It's always the first Monday of September. And, for the last however long, that has always happened in the second week of the month. But this time, Labor Day is on like the 1st, so school starts on the 2nd or whatever. I don't think I have those numbers actually correct. No, yeah, Monday's the 1st, Tuesday's the 2nd. So he goes back to school on the 2nd, and I thought he went back to school on the 9th. So we have all been under the impression that he has 2 weeks left before he starts grade 10, but he actually only has 1 week. So they're doing some back to school shopping. Anyway, oh my God, this. We are following twins, Joe and Meredith, and they get on this train. It's the Orient Express. Joe is an author, and he's recently dealt with cancer. And this is just a trip that they're going to take together where he can get more in touch with, his love of writing again and be inspired by the Orient train and Agatha Christie. And once they get on the train, there's the room next door to theirs. They like open up and there's blood everywhere and the body is missing. So there's 2 missing people, basically. Well, the killer and the dead body. They don't know who the killer is, and they don't technically know who died. Like the people on the train, people who actually run the train, they have information on the person who was in that cabin, but other people on the train are saying like, I thought it was someone else. The train is actually full of like a bunch of kind of police or police adjacent people, private investigators, spies and stuff. So some people know more about this man who was in the cabin, and they have like conflicting information about him. They're like, no, he was this guy. No, I'm pretty sure it was this guy. So like they were all interested in this man, and then he dies. So one of them killed him, and they can't find the body. And at this point in the story, we've also gotten a lot of COVID stuff. A certain cabin in the train, there are people who are sick on it, and they're talking about like what's more dangerous, potentially dying from this illness or potentially dying from the killer. Like, where should we go and how should we navigate the entire train? And then more people die. Obviously there's going to be 5 by the end, and they're getting closer and closer to finding out who the killer is. It's really good. I like it. I like Solari Gentile more than most people seem to, though. Like whatever her other 2 were, I rated a 5 or was it a 4.5 and a 3? And these have pretty low average ratings on Goodreads, but I don't know. I vibe with her writing. I like what she's doing. I like that we're usually following writers and authors. It's just something that I love, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I'll wrap it up and then tell you my final rating. I finished it, and I have now officially completed 8 months worth, and this board 8 months worth. We only have 4 episodes to go. What is it? What are the prompts for next time? Events? Events. Okay, so an event can be anything that has a specific allotted time in my mind. So it can be a season, like it can be summer, or it could be wedding, it could be birthday. And then foliage for the cover. I gave this a 4. I don't think it's like a huge recommendation for me. It's kind of the same way that I rate a lot of cozy mysteries a 4. This didn't feel cozy and light and silly, intentionally at least, but because of how ridiculous some of the scenarios are and how much you have to suspend your disbelief that all of these people would just happen to be here and all of this stuff would happen at the same time, it felt a little bit silly. We are following like the amateur sleuths who don't exactly know what they're doing. So they make mistakes and they do stupid things, but they're very earnest and they have very good intentions. And I liked following both of these main characters and everything they were navigating. And it was fun how they weren't the most capable, they didn't have the most experience, but they had these little life events that helped inform them and help them put certain clues together and connect certain dots. And I just think that it was relatively well done. It wasn't a mind-blowing book. I didn't necessarily see the reveal for who it was, but all of the clues leading up to that person made sense, essentially. There was this one chapter at the end, went on for a little bit long. I guess it was 25 pages, and like that didn't even need to be a part of the book. And I kind of wish now that we got that, there could have been some more mixed media throughout it. That would have been really fun because I know this author can do that. My number one recommendation from her would be this one for a traditional mystery, but The Woman in the Library if you want something a little bit strange with your mystery stuff and you want things that aren't necessarily traditional. So glad that I read this. I've completed the Buzzword challenge for the month and I did it with 2 books and I gave them both 4 stars. So I feel like that's a success. And now I can move on to something a little bit ambitious for this coming week. And so I will see you soon when I'm done with that. In the comments, let me know what you read for this month's challenges or what you're planning on reading next month. Bye.